So I just saw a video of a farmer in Florida who states that Donald Trump is the best president in his lifetime and that he supports Ron DeSantis 100%, but he's begging these migrant workers, these undocumented workers, to not leave because he's going bankrupt. All these farmers are going bankrupt. All these contractors are going bankrupt because everybody's left. Because this law that they just passed makes it illegal. Like if I'm working with someone who's undocumented and I'm giving them a ride home and get pulled over, I can get arrested. Not just can they get sent back, they can arrest me. And then the farmers are trying to say, oh, it's been misread and it's been lied to in the press and don't believe it. They're panicking big time. They have fucked around and they are in the find out stage. And I just think it is it's beautiful. It's delicious. It's just chef's kiss. Just seeing how this farmer panic and seeing him trying to talk to, he'd say something and then the interpreter would repeat it. And the things this guy was saying are not the kind of things that are going to keep undocumented workers here. There's plenty of work for them wherever they want to go. There are a lot of jobs that Americans don't want to do that undocumented workers can get. And there are a lot of places where they're appreciated instead of persecuted. So I just think it's hilarious that they're finding out now that there's going to be some serious consequences to this. And wait till you find out what tomatoes are going to cost in 6 months. RT Gargiulo has a huge tomato. Most of the tomatoes in the United States are grown in Southwest Florida. And they have a huge tomato operation there. And they don't have any workers. And it's going to be bad. There's literally strawberries and things like that rotting on the vine or on the plant. They can't get anyone to come and work. They got what's coming to them, and I just think it's beautiful. I hope it bankrupts them. I hope it bankrupts every goddamn one of them. Every single right-wing rich guy that supported all this hateful stuff, supported all this anti-trans stuff in this fight with Disney. I'm just loving this. And I'm loving, it's going to be great because in about 6 months, this is really going to hit. And that's just when Ron DeSantis is going to be really trying to hit the campaign trail. Enjoy your finding out, Ron. You're going to find out a lot.
And why don't I hire Americans? The simple answer is we can't get the workers. No American ever calls. No American ever shows up. That's why we are so grateful for the guys that are willing to come and do the work here on the farm. We can't do this without them. And we can't do this with people in our local communities a lot of the time.
So we're shutting down our market farm. We've officially decided to close the doors to our farm store and market farm. We just notified all of our customers yesterday. That may come as a shock to you. And some of you may be like, well, why are you doing that? There's many reasons. Ultimately, it comes down to we don't feel like the time input for the return is worth it. There's only so much time in a day. I've got several other businesses that just demand my time. I'm a real estate agent, I'm a health insurance agent, and then obviously we run the Tanner Farmstead social media accounts, educating you on how to grow food. And I really want to scale that and scale these other businesses. And I really want to grow putting out more content. And to be honest, I've wrestled with this for the past couple of years. I want my content to be about homesteading and food preservation and all these other fun things that I want to do, but I haven't been able to do because I've got to put so much time into, the turn and churn market farming crops, like lettuce. And so it's just not been in line with my vision. If you got any questions or want to hear more about that decision, you can send me a direct message. I also have a YouTube video out that you can watch, me talking further about the profitability of small-scale farming.
Regarding all these farmers that are now crying about possibly losing their farms because they voted for Trump, this is why you absolutely should not feel bad for any of these farmers that voted for Trump. Now, the ones that didn't vote, yes, feel sorry for them, go support them, do whatever you need to do. But the ones that voted for Trump, do not feel sorry for them, and let me tell you why. I am a builder, and I've been building shit in Oklahoma City going on like 20 years now, and farmers are not stupid. If you have the ability to manage a farm and understand the weather, the climate, your machinery, the chemistry that goes into your crops, you are not a stupid person. You're just not. And especially when you come from generational farming, you have the ability to look ahead and predict what you need to survive. And so when you have two candidates where you have Kamala Harris on one side giving you a whole fucking list of shit that she's going to do for you and make your life better, and then you have Trump on the other side who can't even come out with a normal sounding sentence, and you still vote for that guy, and you are a farmer, you are either racist or sexist or both. And they're only crying now because now they are being treated exactly how they voted for other people to be treated. Got that? They are being treated how they voted for other minorities, people of color, everybody else, poor people, sick people. That's how they voted for other people to be treated. And now they're the ones being treated that way by losing their livelihood, their homes, their income, their farms. So do not feel sorry for them. This is exactly what they had coming. Quick follow-up as to why exactly would Trump be doing this to farmers anyways? And I'm guessing 99% chance it's because he wants to bankrupt farms so his corporate buddies can come in and do a land grab. Basically what you have been seeing the last few years, major companies buying up a bunch of rental houses and jacking up the price of rents, and it's all going to corporations. It's probably something similar to let these farms go to foreclosure and his corporate buddies be able to come in, swoop them up, and now you've got bigger companies involved in more of our day-to-day food.
Family owned, over 4,000 acres of tomato farm across Florida and California. Yep. Sadly, his crops aren't looking too good. All those tomatoes rotting, you know. Nobody's there to pick the crops. And with Trump tariffs, well, they ain't got nothing left to do, y'all, but to mow that shit down. He gotta mow all that shit down. Yep. Ain't got nobody there.
There's stories all over the internet about farmers going bankrupt across the country. And I want you to know, I want to feel sorry for you. I'm struggling. I'm struggling to care at all. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart, because typically I have empathy, but I'm really, really tired of telling you farmers and you people that are in rural parts of the United States, I'm tired of telling you what your vote does to you. Yeah, I mean, you guys in the red states, you keep doing the same thing over and over again, and you're broke. You don't have any money. West Virginia, Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas, you get my point. You're broke. And yet you keep voting for the Republican Party that wants nothing to do with you. And farmers, guess what? You're included. But you keep voting red, and now you want me to feel sorry for you. I'm sorry. I just can't.
Hi guys, welcome back once again to YouTube channel. I really hope you've watched the combination of the clip of how Florida farmers, they have really came out in large number, of how they're going bankrupt, of how they're losing their farms, of how food they're really rotting on their farms, and a lot of people, they have really came out, and these farmers, they have really faced a lot of backlash, because a lot of people, they really came out in large number and saying that this is what they voted for. We all know and we do remember all these people, one thing or one mistake they did is for them voting out of hatred and racism. They voted against their own interest, and right now they are really going through a lot. These farmers, they're the one who voted for this. They're the one who were convinced to vote for deportation of immigrants, and we really saw how as agents they have really done a lot of bad things to all the illegal immigrants that were in the United States, not putting in mind that these immigrants are the one who are helping these people to go and pick food in their farms to go and help the economy of United States to grow. But later on, these Florida farmers turn out to their own interests, and they really do remember on the last time these farmers they voted for Trump. Almost 1,000 farmers really lost their farms, but it seems that like they didn't learn a lesson, that they went on and they voted for him again. And I really think if these people they can be given the fourth time, because this is the third time they are voting for President Trump, if they can be given a fourth time, they can also still vote for President Donald Trump. We have all seen how these things are really changed, how tariffs they are really affecting these Florida farmers up to a point they have really came out in large number on how they're really going bankrupt. And it's true, they're really losing their farms because there's no anyone to go and pick crops in their farm. The foods and the crops, they're just rotting in their farms because they voted for deportation of immigrants, because Trump convinced them if they vote for this deportation of all illegal immigrants in the United States, maybe he will convince black people to go and help them in the farms. And more so, these people really voted to punish black people, but at the end the karma it has really changed, because I haven't seen any clip of a black farmer coming out and complaining of how they're losing their farms, of how they're going bankrupt. They are thus these MAGA supporters that really voted, and that's the MAGA supporters for President Donald Trump, because Trump really convinced them to deport all the immigrants, because these immigrants were the main and were the key workers in their farms. And a lot of people really thought that farm labor it's just to go and pick whatever thing, or it's just a work anybody can do, without putting in mind that this farm labor it also needs some skills, because these people they really need these immigrants, because these immigrants they had some skills to go and pick this farm, because I've all seen there is other white farmers who are really calling out the other white genders to come and pick their farm. They are really calling them, but there's no one showing up in the farms. And one thing, the immigrants they are afraid to travel to go to this farm because they fear ICE agent can capture them and maybe arrest and detain them and deport them back to their country. And we do remember there were a lot of complaints, a lot of white Americans that were really complaining of how a lot of immigrants have really taken their jobs. There is no job in America, and this really convinced the government of the United States to deport all the immigrants. And right now there's no anyone to work in the farms. Those who were really complaining, they even can't go and pick this rotting food in the farm. So guys, really hope things could be better. Maybe they were what they were voting for, to make America great again. Let's hope things could be better. And if it was for the first time you come across my video, don't forget to like this video, subscribe and share. Thank you so much for your time. May God bless you whenever you are. One love.